Hello viewers, I'm Dragon, your average robot-voiced, mech, and anime-obsessed YouTuber that still sounds less soulless than actual people you know. First question, do you like Giant Robot, and, do you like Giant Robot tabletop RPG that has an expansive, rich, and hopeful universe that isn't solely made to sell model kits to people with too much money, has a truly unique set of mechs that scream more personalities than whatever dumpster fire of mech animes that came out in recent year, and has a simple combat and mech construction system that don't require you to get a bachelor degree in mathematics just to understand it? Welcome to Lancer. First, a little backstory. It's the year 5016 U, the Union era, after the foundation of Union, which is also somewhere in between 10 to 15,000 AD, and while mankind has achieved post-scarcity utopia for hundreds of core world, thousands more diasporan worlds remains troubled with resource scarcity, and some were enveloped in wars due to it. Whether it's men versus corporation, or men versus the unknown, war will always occur in the vastness of space. This is where you, the Lancer, comes in, for when situation can no longer be resolved by any soft diplomatic methods, when peace will be disrupted by upcoming tumult, when ideal is threatened and promise is broken. In this pivotal moment in history, what action will you take? And speaking of actions, you can do quite a lot of it. In terms of gameplay, narrative roleplay and mech combat are separated in terms of mechanics, with roleplay being a lot lighter on the rule. This is great because this means that while mech combat can have their own awesome ass-kicking moment, narrative roleplay can be exactly that, roleplay. In narrative roleplay, the only things that matter are your luck with dice, and your triggers. Triggers are basically a combination of your Lancer's background, training, and personality condensed into a stat for specific situations, like say, I want to find out where a person could be, I want to make a cake with tracking bugs inside, and I want to punch someone in their face really badly. Basically, with this system, the issue of having Mr. Knives for days who's only good at turning people into bodies and absolutely nothing else can be negated, or at least, becomes a lot rarer. This also means that you don't need to care about the narrative roleplay rules that much and get to focus on the bread and butter of the game, mech combat. If you have ever played turn-based games like XCOM, it's gonna feel like home here. Basically, every unit on board has one standard move to move across the board, and two quick actions or one full action to do stuff with. There's also reaction, for action in between your turn, overcharge, for more action at the cost of cooking yourself alive, and other types of actions you can learn from the book quickly. In short, it's easy to remember, and easy to play. Of course, all the simplicity means that all mechs in the book can truly shine with unique traits and systems without bogging down the game from overwhelmingly complex mechanics. So, let's talk about them. In Lancer universe, there are 5 major mech manufacturers: General Massive Systems, Interplanetary Shipping, Northstar, Smith Shimano Corpro, Horus, and Harrison Armory. General Massive Systems provide the very basic of gears and mech for your Lancer, all of which are perfectly viable even at late campaign stage, while the other big 4 represents each of the mech skill used by the players: hull, agility, systems, and engineering. IPS Northstar represents hull. All their mechs are tough as all hell and in general favor close-range combat to put their ruggedness to the test. Smith Shimano Corpro represents agility, speed, and precision are their bread and butter. Their mechs don't take hit, they weave through bullets like fishes in a river, and some could weave through light to turn invisible. Horus represents systems, as not only their pattern group mechs can take tech attack well, they can apply back in full force by outright hacking reality and causing it to crumble before you. Harrison Armory represents engineering. Heat is something their mechs handle really well, as energy weapons are their main armament, and specialized deployables and ordnance are something they can throw out in numbers. However, just because a manufacturer follows a stat, that doesn't mean all their mechs will follow it completely. For examples, Tortuga from IPS Northstar is surprisingly tough against and good at tech action, and if anyone tries to get close to negate this advantage, they will find themselves plugged with shotgun slugs. Black Witch from SSC can not only eat bullets like breakfast, but is also packed with the best tech defending systems in the entire book thanks to the power of magnetism, which also lets it pulls people off to somewhere like in front of a truck. Horus is already full of crazy gremlins, but Gorgon takes the cake. Imagine Sans Undertale as a giant fucking robot, who now has a maternal instinct nothing alive could compare to, as it will shoot the hell out of anything that threatens its baby, and if you try targeting it instead, you just get a face full of cancer. And then there's Tokugawa from Harrison Armory, which is as hot-blooded as any 80s mech anime, so much so that it's optimal to run it as close to total meltdown as possible so you can cut the shit out of everyone in a lightsaber duel. And that's 4 examples out of 29 mechs in the game, not including the new addition from the upcoming supplements. And the best part is, you don't need to follow the instructions that came with the mechs, because you can pull your licenses apart and print a new custom mech that perfectly suits your need and fulfills whatever insane idea you spontaneously think of. And if you are worried you might make something that completely breaks the game, we have a diverse community in PilotNet Discord channel that has completely destroyed the game with absolute bullshit and rebuilt it into what it is today. With over 6,000 people on this unofficial Lancer Discord channel as of the upload date, it's not that hard. So don't worry, Whatever crazy ideas you could think of, we have knocked the kinks out already. I guess that's just about everything in Lancer. What else did I miss? Yes. Lancer is also developed by Massive Press, which is co-founded by Tom Parkinson Morgan, the lead rule designer, aka the author of Kill 6 Billion's Demons, and Miguel Lopez, the lead narrative designer that brought us this amazing universe. Others in the team included Jay Isles, the layout designer, Melody Watson, the editor, John Arena, and REK, app development. Both of them have developed CompCon character and mech designer, which is a very convenient tool for any Lancer players. There's also a massive art team involved in this project. And if the base game alone isn't enough for you, Pilot.net also have a rich homebrew making community on new MECHAS, talents, and even complete system revamp. It got so ridiculous that even Tom himself said this in 2018. But do note most of them are untested, so they might end up very imbalanced. Also, if you want even more videos on Lancer, my channel is full of it, ranging from talking about MECHAS, talents, and whatever I fancy at the moment. Anyway, that's just about everything I could think of. All links to Massive Press page and Pilot.net Discord channel are in the description below, and with all that done, I will see you all next time.